Majestic was released in 2001, and it's the next film I'm watching off of my For the Love of Movies theme for the month of May. After a car accident causes him to lose his memory, a Hollywood screenwriter wakes up in a small town and is mistaken for the long-lost son of the local movie theater owner. So because this film involved a screenwriter and a small-town movie theater, I thought it would have more to do with film homage than it actually does. However, it does cast a light on a different area of the industry. This film takes place in the 1950s, and the catalyst for all of the events taking place is that Jim Carrey's character is accused of being a communist. He's immediately blacklisted, and his latest project is dismissed as communist propaganda. Everybody's made up their mind about him without giving him the chance to explain. It's definitely an interesting concept, especially once you add in the whole amnesia plot line and some of the backstory of the small town. I do have a problem with how this was handled, though. The first 15 minutes or so of the film focuses on the blacklisting, but then that doesn't come up again until about the halfway point. And in a 2.5-hour movie, there's a lot between that point and the midpoint. In fact, I kind of forgot about that whole aspect until it was brought back up. And aside from a couple of scenes sprinkled in, it really doesn't come back into play until the last 20 to 30 minutes, and then the entire ending hinges off of it. And I don't think I would have found this approach that bad, as there is stuff in the small town narrative that does tie into it in the end, but because this film is 2.5 hours, it really feels excessive. Especially given that we know the truth about Carrey's character and the townspeople don't. So you spend the whole movie waiting for the other shoe to drop because you know it will, and they really don't do anything inventive with that side of the narrative. If this was like 100 minutes, it probably wouldn't bother me at all. But this is like trying to revise the why did the chicken cross the road joke. But before giving the punchline, you detail what the chicken did in his day, and then get to, and then he crossed the other side. Like, yeah, you added extra detail, but the outcome's still the same. Speaking of humor, this is the least Jim Carrey I think I've ever seen Jim Carrey. And I don't know if I'm pleased or disappointed by that. I've said before that when he's in a genre that's not inherently comedy, he still manages to inject his own personal wit into his character. But here I feel like it would just be too out of place. So there were moments where I actually forgot I was watching Jim Carrey. So on one hand, congrats to him for breaking the stereotype. But at the same time, I feel like he lost what makes him so unique. Now that I've shared my thoughts, what are yours? Keep the conversation going in the comments. And if you're as addicted to film as I am, don't forget to follow for more. Thanks for watching.